Hello everyone, my name is Luca. This is episode 12 of my podcast that you're listening to. I have no idea how you do, and I really appreciate that you're doing actually, because it's important to me eventually, and it's a message that I promise it will go out there. And but before I carry on tonight with this episode about hypnosis, um, cats, and human. I have a project here. I'm gonna explain. The point is to get to climate change, to get to a point where we, as a community of people that live on this planet, should not be asked of taking care of our planet. It should be a sort of instinct that we have, actually. And it has happened to me a couple of episodes where I met some people and they somehow delivered a message. So before I carry on with all of this, because I have to be honest, I have to tell the whole truth, and then you're willing completely to believe me or not. I have no interest, and I have no any sort of income return of doing this, at least not now. And for me to come out with such information, it's a lot also, to accept. So, but anyway, let's get started. Why am I doing this? It was after, I think, a couple of months, the death of my mother, 2 years ago, during the COVID pandemic. We were all locked down in the houses, in Berlin also, like everywhere else on this planet. And as a consequence of this trauma, I was not able to sleep at all. Nothing, completely. Also because there were, also a personal situation with my family that was left, and so I could not sleep at all. I mean, it's like I was like trying to get, if I could, sometimes like 2-3 hours per night, and I did this for over a year of not sleeping. And now I'm sleeping, but I haven't slept for a long time. And and one night during one of these attempts to go to bed around like 6-7 a.m. and to wake up the latest for 10, so be ready for work. And so one of these nights I was standing, lying on my bed, waiting to fall asleep, and I feel the presence of someone into at the bed, at the end, at the bottom of my bed. And I do like this to see if there was really someone there. And I see this kind of figure. It was dawn. It was not daybreak yet. It was I don't know what time, around 7 a.m. I guess. But it's in Germany. It's like pretty late. It's still in spring. And I see this like an hologram, so to speak. And as soon as I turn and look to him, and the guy starts saying, "Well, obviously, this experiment didn't work." Then I answer, "So, but you guys, what do you want to do?" "Well, either you do something, or we must intervene." And then I said, "Jesus, man, are you crazy? I just lost my mother. I had a crazy problem with Dutch mafia. It was horrible. It was like I was under siege for 7 months. It's like they just got arrested. He said, "Are you sure?" It's like I can't handle Asian invasion, aliens invasions right now. And then they asked me, "Well, how long do you need?" Well, I said, "At least 3 more years, at least." Well, if you have done nothing by 2025, come to LA, because this is where we will pick you up. And that was it. I wake up and I remember this, and I said, "Oh, what the fuck? What for a weird dream was that?" And since I knew something about lucid dream, then at the end I realized it might have been a lucid dream, because I was looking myself from outside. But I didn't give it too much weight, and I let it there, and difficult to digest, and I didn't say anything to anyone for a while. Then I confessed to a friend of mine. Then I said that I had this very weird dream, about this, and this, and that, and it ended up there. I mean, it was a very tough period of my life, and I couldn't. No, I didn't give it very too much attention, not at all. Until Christmas last year, exactly a year and a half, maybe later. Yeah, a year and a half. Yes, exactly, a year and a half later, from my mother. It was again a very, very sad period of my life. I don't know how I completely lost it totally, because unfortunately my family in Italy forgot to tell me the date of the funeral, so I was not given the opportunity to go to the funeral. Not that I wanted to go, but still. And they said that we forgot. And it was already a lot for me going on, the idea of not having anyone that actually remembers about me, since I didn't have a relationship, or I'm a very lonely guy, and not alone, but I am a very lonely person. I like to be by myself, do my things. Like then I'm a very sociable guy. Also, they all like me, but it's like it's difficult for me to stay around with people. And I was in a sort of suicidal circus, basically, that I could not stop, because it was there were drugs involved, and it was difficult. And anyway, so I was so done with everything. I just didn't want to carry on with anything. I'm done, seriously. So you know what? I'm 47, 46 at the time, 45 maybe. I'm just can't take it anymore. Seriously, I'm just done. Totally done. Totally done. I don't wish even if it's I truly believe this. I don't think it's even a sin if I kill myself. I'm just done. I don't like this life. It's been always like a struggle from the beginning till now, and it's like just don't like it. Just don't like it. So since I have no clue what I have to do in life, I just die. I said, I talked to my so-called concept of God and said, man, it's right. Unless I know what I have to do here, because I don't like it. It's a awful place also. Planet Earth, I don't like it. The humans are awful. I don't like them. I want to go. Where did I come from? I want to leave. Just let me go. I mean, since I have nothing to do here, I'm very freely done. Just let me go. So I was in this sort of challenge with my understanding of God, and one night, this guy, this time accompanied by with other two guys, they came back in another so-called lucid dream, or whatever you wanna call it. I don't know, was real, was not at that time, unfortunately. And they tell, they told me lots of stories. They told me, and it was in total, I think, 7 or 8 visits that they did in a sequence of like one like twice a week, like boom, 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 and I said, okay, but this is really the end. It's like, obviously, I've lost my mind. This is the Endstation. They haven't. That's crazy. Why is this happening to me? I have no idea. And then I had a very bad attack of sciatica nerve. Oh wow. The most horrible experience of my life, where I felt like I was electrocuted by a cable, like for 18 hours, like no stop, but at the level that I have a video that I actually myself cannot watch it, because it's like it's horrible. It's like so painful, a pain that I had never imagined could actually exist, and never ending, even like with injection of morphine. Nothing. It was a suicidal things that I was looking at outside the window and said, I'm just throw myself outside the window. I mean, this is, everything is so awful. Everything is so fucking awful. I hate it. And but then in the end, it's like when the series of meetings ended, then they asked me so if I was going to do it or not. You know, if I was going to go out there and trying to do something, since supposedly I am so obsessed with this society, with these species of people, like keep coming back on this planet, try to tell them what they should do in order to stay. Because obviously it's like, even though, you know, we talk about climate change, you know, the planet's gonna be here. It's gonna go anywhere. It's us that are in serious danger. And as the guy said, they said, it's not that you guys now a problem for the whole galaxy here. Because we hoped, we waited, but by the time you actually get it, in times with evolution, it's way too late for this planet. So either you find the fix, or we need to intervene, because we can't afford to lose this planet because of the lack of development of this species. We tried everything. We came already 2,000 years ago. We taught them everything. It's like we even left a legacy that you guys at the end like crucified on the cross. It's like it's they say it's a fight lost at the beginning. So I mean, why it's not gonna happen. Give up. But anyway, apparently me and other people, they don't give up. We don't give up. We can. It's few people right now around the world that are actually trying to do this last run, because 10 years we don't have, 20 years let's forget it, and so as they say 2025, well, I don't know, keep it with like tweezers. And but anyway, so they asked me, are you gonna do it or not? And I said, listen man, I really believe I lost my mind. And I said, well, I mean, you don't do it or not. So I promised, so let's do this. I believe I'm completely gone. That I'm completely, my brain is completely fried, completely stupid, like handicapped. This level of understanding. But you know, just in case this is real, I'm gonna do it, and here I am. You know, more or less this is what happened. I have even more crazy stories to tell, but you know, it's like it's impossible to to say everything. And so the point is this: that we really need a quick, fast rise of frequencies, consciousness, understanding, a completely new set of behavior, a completely new set of beliefs, and also wie sag mal, die Beispiel, die comparison that we do to idols, so to speak, that we have, and we as society, I'm speaking about like psychology, for instance, or these kind of things, is that we are still very much like bound to the Greek history, you know, Oedipus, Cassandra, Electra, people we have no idea. I mean, I do because I went to school in Italy in classical studies, so I had to study all of these charismatic and interesting people that actually they have then shaped more or less all our culture since the beginning, without the end till now. But it's also my belief it's very outdated. No one knows who Edipo is. No one knows who Cassandra is. No one knows what the Oedipus complex. Maybe they know about it, but it's not completely decontextualized because I have no idea who these people come from. And actually, this is right because it's more than 10 years ago, 10,000 years ago, man. It's so old-fashioned and so outdated. Plus, everyone does what Edipo Rey used to do. You know, everyone now it's like sexually compromised to a level where it's just lies, and that's the problem that we keep on lying all the fucking time, over and over and over again, lies after lies after lies about our sexuality, how we feel, who we like. You know, we go, you know, we have families, we have kids, and then we go with transsexuals, you know, and then we go with other guys, but we don't have a wife that doesn't have to know it, and we put this, create this form that actually is a catalyst of lies and second life. It's everything is wrong, everything. There is not even one thing on this planet that is correct, not even one, nothing. Everything is upside down. As you see, the planet can't take it anymore of us either, because it has already started. You know, since 10 years at least, earthquakes, tsunamis, the universe doesn't give a fuck, man. The universe does not give a fuck. You know, kids, young, women, men, old, young. If it's a problem, it's a problem. We need to cut this, you know, we need maybe just a bunch of people that actually are on a level of understanding that actually matches this planet, and the rest, man, has to go. That's what I say. It's horrible, no, it's like, but if you think about it, if I was the president of the galaxy, and if I have this beautiful planet plus a tribe of people that don't give a fuck about the planet where they live in, they shouldn't be asked to you to clean your house. You just do it. So it's the same for the planet. They shouldn't be asked for us to take care of this planet. It should be something that is building with us. But we are so disconnected, that's reality. That apparently, to my crazy, but I'm not the only one. Apparently, there's a guy in Facebook also that received the same message. Either there is a change, but it's an epic change, a massive change. Otherwise, if we come, it's a war, because you see recently space shuttles going around the United States are shut down because they didn't know if they were the Chinese or the aliens. So, of course, we won't let even a third Star Wars or whatever, you know, happening on this planet. They simply will, you know, another virus or whatever. They say we cannot afford to lose this planet for a society who has decided not to vote because of ego. So ego is the problem with this society. You know, we think, talk. We love talking. We talk so much. We talk so much bullshit. So much bullshit that the words is what create everything. The words are what create not only your fortune or misfortune, but pollution or not in the environment we are in. So you guys, we are all of us, with our very bad and negative and full of judgment and resentment thoughts, create the 98%, I guess, of all the pollution that is on this planet, because we are generators of energy. That's why we are on this planet. and so many. So many, first of all, because we are heterosexual, why we are not meant to be heterosexual. And if you read the script of this episode, that is not absolutely what I want to talk about. It's completely different. But you can read it, because it's like at the beginning they were just men. A man was a person who was like manning a position, like you do in football, in baseball. A man is manning a space, you know. So a man with present continuous, like a man with n at the end, was a person that actually had a space into a place. There were men and women, obviously. There were, kids around. People, start procreating, like how you call it, a succession of sons and daughters, and they were still all men. The name woman came out of the necessity of identifying someone who would not go hunting during the day, but would stay home, like taking care of kids, tidying up, and cooking eventually when the food was available. And that place with that specific role was given by this prefix called vo, W-O, that in English, archaic and German, means basically order, care, organization, and distraction, fun, basically. So a woman was a man who, instead of hunting, would stay home. And at the end of the hunting, since the guys were all outside all together, sweaty and everything, and at that time, sex was sex. Plus, heterosexual sex is so compromising. It brings kids all the time. Are you crazy? Where do you want to find all this? Sex with a woman was arranged when time was come, to have like a family, and that was the marriage, you know what I mean? But then there are sexual activities, guys with guys, girls with girls. That's very nice separated, because guys knows better, girls knows better. When it's time to make a family, we make a family, but then it's okay, you have your entourage of guys, you have entourage of girls, sometimes we do orgies together or whatever, and that was the practice, that was it. There was nothing wrong about it. Completely fine. And there was never, ever like a gender sexual taste between men regarding sex. There was just a taste and a selection of roles into a society where people had to do things in order to make this society work. Perfect, the ancient tribes. Then those people came about 2,000-3,000 years ago. They stayed for a while. You see it full of paintings all around the globe. Not only the Mayas, also in Italy you have paintings from the 14th century. 14th century. Talking about the Sermon of the Mount, you see like space shuttles all around the sky. But you don't tell this, anyone tells this it's good. No one. Of course, aliens are just like fiction reality. Why would the aliens, the visitors? I remember when I was a kid, the visitors were amazing, eating like rats like this, like swallowing. I love what's the name of the woman there. Beautiful. I love her. Long hair. I remember it was my favorite. It was my favorite TV show when I was a kid. And it's so it's about frequency. I have explained something about frequency the previous episodes. That we are energy into motion. Lots of guys already on the internet are repeating all the things I say, and I love it so much, because I'm in a I'm in a hurry and I have an agenda, so I can't reach like 2-3 million people like this guy already do. So if they take everything I said and they repeat it how precisely as it is, I am only happy. I'm not saying, oh, you took my ideas, you want my money back, give me the sponsors you have. I don't have nothing. I'm like poor in Berlin, like with no money and food. And that's not true. But anyway, yeah, but it's a lot. It's a lot, and I don't go online often. First of all, because I don't like the camera. I hate it, even though I want to be an actor, But in fact, if I'm not an actor, might be a reason for this, and but yeah, there is so much to say that I have no idea how to start. And but I will. So eventually, the problem is the sexuality of people on this planet. We have to stop telling lies about sexuality, because sex is the sex chakra, it's the chakra of creativity. It's 500 hertz. When you are on the level of shame, shame is only 20 hertz. It's down, down, down below the sequence of emotions. We have 500 emotions that you can name. Each one of them brings a frequency. This frequency not only influences things around your environment, but also attracts people around you that are at the same frequency, and creates a waste of pollution in this planet that you have no idea. You think when the air is so thick in an environment where you arrive somewhere and you say people are so negative, the energy feels so thick that you can cut it with a knife. Yes, this unfortunately is the reality. So the LDS field method, it's something that I have applied on myself, because I had another name, and now I have this other name, Luca De Savini. I gave myself a new date of birth, 10 years younger. I believe it to the hilt. I don't give a fuck what other people say, because at the end of the day, it's my fucking life. I do whatever I like in order to succeed and make it work at my advantage, and not only always at the advantage of other people. It's like always have, everyone is so unpolite, everyone is so unfair, they all have fucking fun, they all realize everything in life. All the people that are looking to be honest, that are trying to make a difference, or whether to leave a mark, whatever, they are so fucking insulted and discriminated and thrown away, put in the darkness. It's like, we don't want to hear from you, we don't want to give a fuck about things, just give us your money. That's all the people care about. Money, 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 money. I am not. Although I love money to the pieces, but I'm not here for money. I'm here just to man, what should I do with this money? Where should I spend it? It's like in 5 years, it's over here. So do you think how much water do we have still? Already, if you are in the United States, down to LA, Texas, or whatever. So do you guys have water? You don't have any water there. It's gone. There is no water. Give it like 5 years maximum. Here is the end. And we stopped even talking about climate change. We went completely disillusional. It's very bad. So if you can bother to read all my literature that I post on WordPress, it's not too long. I try my best to be synthetic as I can. In English, it's not even my mother tongue, so you need to excuse me and allow me to speak in a fucking language that I have no idea which it is, that encompasses all the languages because I speak 4, and not so many, but enough to get around with etymology. And the thing with women is very interesting. Go and read it. You will find how a man became a woman, and other things. I like etymology. Etymology says everything. It's like emotion. Who knew that actually was energy into motion? is like frequency. Frequency is actually frequency. It's a collective of people who thinks in the same way, create a frequency. Otherwise, we just give out energy. We are like literally plugged. We are like cable. We plug into the environment, and we are basically the solution of all our energy, the thoughts we have in our brain. So, I mean, I will talk about the third mind, how hypnosis has helped extremely my situation, and the file here is gone because I guess it was only 40 minutes, 30 minutes, and now we are over it. And processing. So, I mean, if you're listening to Spotify, I guess that was it. Because it's not gonna and I'm not gonna edit it. Yeah, I mean, half an hour it's too much. Read the script, please. There is it's very much detailed, much more detailed in my Esperanto. And that's it. Next week, I'll carry on with this because it's not even at the beginning of what I have to tell. And there is the story of Jesus as well, just at the bottom, very, very, very short, how the guy was known as being the Son of God and why. All these gossips I had for the aliens, so I believe it's true. I always believe actually it was like a kind of sort of motherfucker. The guy didn't actually strike, so it was a celebrity, like a Kim Kardashian. So whatever, of our days, you know. But I will talk about this after as well. So thank you very much for listening to my crazy stories. They're even more crazier, they're even more interesting. I should make a fucking Netflix series. I have at least 4 seasons, 4 of them full sex, drugs, and rock and roll. Like presidents like Colombia, name it, I have them all. No, don't say anything. I don't have any one of them actually. They're all gone. By the way, bye. See you next week. Ciao.